We're live.
What up? Let's get weird. Your boy is back. Well rested after quite a bender the other night. Good job yesterday, guys, in the show. Now on a plus 2,300. I'm winning plus 2,300s when I'm not even here. So we'll get to that. We'll talk about the Rams game. We'll talk about Lamar Jackson. Got a lot of shit going on in the UFC right now. That's the big news. Mike will be on the show. No one better to talk about it than the guy who fucking cornered Khabib for his first fucking 10 fights, who lived in the back end of those UFC headquarters.
I better have all the back end information.
I just talked to him. He's got a lot. I told him I got conspiracy theories. He actually disagreed with me at first, and then Mike actually found a political angle which could be brewing on all this stuff.
I got a conspiracy theory too.
Yeah, so we'll fill you in there. Let's introduce the cast of characters before we get started. Evan Hand. We're probably not going to do much baseball today. Just a quick little run through. Yeah, we got college football, we got NFL, we got UFC. We got to bang through this shit. A lot going on. How you feeling today, brother?
I'm not doing well. I'm still in shambles over my TikTok account being banned.
Well, now you fucking know, right? When everyone makes fun of me. Tommy always talks about his Twitter. That's going to haunt you for fucking years.
We went from 10,000 followers to we have like 11 now. 11 fucking followers.
Everyone, no one wants to talk about conspiracies and censorship until it happens to them. Welcome to my world, Evan. And you didn't do nothing wrong.
See, I didn't do a fucking thing.
Run around and yell, bitch, cunt, fucking all the words you can't say, because they're gonna fucking wipe you out anyway.
Sad reality we're living in.
Bill Rupp, me and you have been on the phone all morning from The View to fucking UFC. What is going on? A lot going on in the world today.
Rackets, Tommy actually called me up and he was watching The View without me telling him to put it on.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
Wow. I had to mute while I started the stream. Yes, that is true, Rackets. That is true.
During the show, I was trying to tell him something too, and he's like, no, be quiet.
I did. So I hate watch The View, Rackets, right? I don't watch it. I just, when Bill's watching it, you know, when you're on the phone with Bill, you have to watch what he's watching.
No, you called me first. You were
no. I know. Let me elaborate. So I end up getting dragged into this because I'll be on the phone with him. Like, you just keep it out of sight, out of mind, right? But I'm usually on the phone with Bill, and he's like, "That's just saying," and then I got to turn it on and hate watch it for a second. Today, Rackets, I guess maybe the game was on Channel 7 last night. Is that right? So when I went to sleep, Channel 7 was still on. So I woke up at 11:05 to these dumb bitches on The View in my ear. It's the greatest alarm clock ever. Because I started hearing them, I got so mad I jumped out of bed.
You woke up to Joy Behar?
No, it was the stupid, the black lady, the fucking lawyer, the racist one.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's how my day started with The View, and now we got chaos. How you doing, Rackets?
Fantastic. All right. Good night last night.
Yeah, let's go. Fucking big night for us last night. I actually kind of, the halftime thing of his subscribers all hit that plus 2,300. You guys, great job giving that out on the show, too, on the Stay Cashin picks. The game was fucking, it was the game. Like, I wasn't too surprised, thought the Bills would win. There were some props that were terrible. Bill, you just slammed the fucking Cooper Kupp props. You thought they were ridiculous with the 7.5. Talk about that for a second.
Yeah, I mean, it should be 9.5 every week.
Yeah.
He's a fucking target beast. You know, he gets one or two down for deep, you know, and everything else is crossing patterns over the middle. 7.5 is a joke. You know, it'll be probably 8.5 next week. I still love it. So I'm going to hit it until he doesn't catch that. I mean, because it's ridiculous. It's a joke.
Yeah, I thought the biggest joke prop yesterday, we had max bet on Stephon Diggs over 5.5. I think he had 6.5. And props didn't make sense. But the most popular, as I always say, Rackets, you like the puns, I've deemed it popular after last year. Every fucking primetime game, the most popular prop never hit last year.
I told you that.
Whether it was Jonathan Taylor touchdown, Josh Allen over 1.5, whatever it is, it was on the odds boost. And if everyone's tweeting about it, the NFL will find a way to make it lose. And yesterday it was Allen Robinson, the darling of the fucking offseason. Everyone's drafting him high in their drafts. No Odell Beckham, no Robert Woods. What are we going to do? High-paced game. This is the time for Allen Robinson to be initiated, pump some targets at him. He saw one target, one catch for 12 yards before the final Hail Mary fade at the buzzer. Rackets, how do you throw to Allen Robinson one time all game? And, of course, the whole world had his over props, including yours truly.
Me and Bill were talking about this on the pre-show. He's had 1,200 yards the last couple of seasons, whatever. I'm not a big Allen Robinson guy. I don't know how McVay doesn't want to get him involved in the offense after he force-fed Odell Beckham the ball last year for 3 or 4 weeks, like right in a row, but just to get him acclimated in the offense. But
Odell Beckham had 9 targets in his first game coming off an injury. How does Allen Robinson have 1?
Yep, exactly. So you thought he was going to get force-fed, and it just never happened. And then McVay said something about not getting in a rhythm, too, with Cam Akers. Like, well, you can't get in a rhythm if you're not fucking getting first downs or if you're only throwing to one player. Like, it's not hard.
Got to give props to my boy Mike Clay. He's with ESPN now, but we've been friends for a while. And he posted a tweet yesterday. He said last year when Cam Akers missed the first 12 weeks, that Henderson got 76% of the snaps with no Cam Akers there. Yesterday, with a healthy Cam Akers for the first time in fucking 2 years, he got 82% of the snaps. And Cam Akers got like 15%. Cam Akers was not a part of that game plan, which made no sense to anyone. A lot of fantasy – I didn't go near him in any drafts, but a lot of people drafting him in the 3rd round of drafts are pretty upset right now seeing their guy didn't get on the field. I think with the Allen Robinson thing, Bill, we talk about this a lot. You have to play your guys in the preseason. You cannot not play your team. We talked about Aaron Rodgers last year, how slow they started. Matt Stafford was the most racist quarterback ever yesterday. I think 32 of his 38 targets were to white people. Fucking Higbee, Svoborsky, and fucking Kupp got like every target. But those are the guys he knows. He only threw to the guys that had been on the team. They had new receivers all over the place because there's no Woods, there's no OBJ. He just threw to Higbee and fucking Kupp the whole game because they haven't had a chance to get in a rhythm in the preseason. Bill, and then McVay's going to come out and go, I don't think we got in a rhythm. Yeah, it's your fault, dude, because you have a new offense and you didn't let them play together the whole preseason. What do you think's going to happen?
There was no Akers last night, really, either.
He didn't play one snap in the first quarter.
And Higbee couldn't catch the ball yesterday. He had like 3 drops that were like right to his chest, dropped a lot of them. All the Rams receivers, as soon as they caught the ball, they ran backwards. It was their first one. I don't know. That was weird. They just looked, bro, I'm telling you, everyone's like, oh, like the head thing on Stephen A. Oh, is there a concern for the Rams? No. Oh. Didn't we see this last year with the Packers? The same fucking thing when the Packers lost 38-3 or 35-3 to the Saints. Same fucking story. The Packers didn't play in the preseason, so nobody was ready, and they got killed. That's what happened here.
And we bet on the Bills Rackets on one of the preseason games because Josh Allen was starting. So the Bills started Josh Allen for a game. Granted, he didn't play a lot, right? They said Josh Allen.
But there was something.
But, well, here's what it was, Joey. They said that he was not going to play a half, but he should play into the second quarter. We'll see how it goes. Josh Allen walked on the field with that offense, marched them down in 9 plays, picked the defense apart, the Colts defense, I believe it was in that game, or whoever it was. You didn't need to see more. So at least they put him – if he had a bad series, trust me, Allen would have been back out, to get the kinks out. But at least they put him in to make those runs. Reed did it with Mahomes. Gave him a couple series. He looked amazing. We're good. Put Stafford out for a series with this unit, and if you see shit like last night, it's like, all right, maybe we got to give him another one. Maybe we got to play 2 quarters here. Like, you can't just not put him out. And I'm telling you right now, the game of the week that's going to have the biggest impact from this is the Green Bay-Minnesota game. Because I don't think one starter from either of those teams played the whole entire preseason. So you're really going to have to fucking keep an eye on this when we look at unders and rackets. You gave out the first half under yesterday. I loved it when I saw it because I expected the Rams to start slow.
Yeah, and then the Bills came out and just went right down the field and scored, and I was like, oh, fuck, here we go. But it slowed right down after that.
But they didn't do anything for the rest of the half.
Yeah, both teams. There was mistakes. It was sloppy. The defenses definitely got a hold of everything. And it was fucking – they were kicking for the 10-10 field goal, tie at half. And Bill was freaking out because they kept running backwards and taking sacks and shit. It went from a 39-yard field goal to like a 57-yard field goal.
Field goal for the plus 2,300 for the 4 deep bet subscribers. Didn't matter what happened in the game after that. We had guaranteed plus 2,000 in the fucking pocket. So if you're not signed up, don't. Fuck you. You're stupid.
And Bill Rupp's coin toss.
His coin toss winner, yeah.
I heard about this.
1-0 on coin toss bets.
Will we be flipping today for something this weekend?
Possibly, but this is week 1. So week 1, 1-0. Next week could be another one.
All right, so just one a week, Bill Rupp.
One a week. This was the coin toss game, and we're 1-0.
Maybe we'll do a Jenna Bone game this weekend. Who knows? Maybe Bill will have a different thing and see which one does the best, and then wipe out the other ones that lose.
Coin toss, 1-0.
Big show today. At 4 Deep Bets, we have our first roundtable of the year. It'll be myself, Constantino, Brian Healy, Joey Rackets, and then the whole cast of characters will be in there in the chat in the background. We break down the whole entire NFL Week 1 from a daily fantasy and gambling perspective. They both intertwine, obviously, especially if you're betting props. So that's been our flagship show.
No, that's not our flagship show.
Fuck out of here.
Flagship show is Rupp and Racket in the Discord. Starting this week, new dates. We are Monday, Tuesday, Thursday now on Rupp and Rackets. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. So we'll take you right into the Monday night game and to the Thursday night game. So what more can you want?
Discord for them.
Flagship show.
I think we got to change this show to Monday too. What do you think, E?
Yeah, probably.
We got to do it.
Monday night games go over.
And it was a good sign yesterday that I was able to fucking be in a blackout coma, and the show still went well and the picks went great. It's nice to see you guys growing up or be able to actually provide value without me. I'm very proud of you. Show was like 14 minutes long, I heard, but hey, at least you got the picks out, so that was good.
Well, we didn't. There was no need for small talk. We got in. There was no baseball.
Got in, fucked, got out.
Like me, games. Got in. Spoke about it, and we got right out. We did what we had to do.
I will be missing at least 2 Monday shows throughout the year, so be prepared for when they are. Maybe this week. Who knows? Now that you guys are can run without me. I mean, I may just fucking go on benders all the time.
Let's put out a line. How many shows Tommy
misses? Will I be there this
football?
Monday? Opening week NFL. I will be drinking heavily. We'll be on the Discord Saturday night. Huge UFC fight. I'll be drinking for that. I'll be going on no sleep to get up early.
There is no UFC fight, so that's canceled.
What?
There's no huge UFC fight.
No, there will be. They're going to change this shit around. Watch. But yeah, and then I'm going to be running on no sleep all Sunday on the mic. Monday. What are the odds? What are the odds I'm here Monday?
I'm going to say Tommy over 3.5 all season. That's going to be my future.
I like that.
4 shows. That would be a record.
I was going to set the line at 3.5. I like that. That's
wow.
good.
You guys like that line, huh?
I'll take the over.
I'm taking the over too.
Oh, all going on the over, huh?
Okay, 4.5. We're boosted to 4.5.
Yeah, it's got to get juiced.
Plus money?
You got to juice that line up.
The line moved.
Yeah, it's minus 190 now.
Everybody's hitting it.
I got it in. I got in early. I got in 3.5.
Tommy, no misses.
Minus 215 it's up to on the over.
Me and Evan got in early.
I'm seeing FanDuel posting a 4 plus 108. They're already moving this line. So
Tommy to miss 0 shows is plus 50,000, guys.
Yeah, I don't even want to miss 0 shows, even if I want. Like if I don't miss for 3 or 4 weeks, like I hadn't. Like at that point, it's like I'm good. Like I'm wasting a sick day if I don't miss because people expect me to. I can't have them get used to me being too consistent, or else I lose my leverage. Speaking of leverage, Nate Diaz has all the leverage tonight. We have Constantino coming on. Let's talk about it for a second, Bill. What's your take on this? They canceled the presser yesterday because there was a fight in the back. I got theories about that. Then Chimaev misses weight by 10 fucking pounds, like 8.5 pounds. He missed weight by a weight class, basically. So I don't even know if he's allowed to fight Diaz at that big of a miss. The commission will step in probably, even if fucking, because Diaz right now, Mike was just telling me about it, can go in there and just say whatever the fuck he wants. We saw with Ariel Helwani, Bill, when you were watching the interview. Diaz could do whatever the fuck he wants. He could say, fuck it, I'm not fighting. He could say, give me my money. He could say, I'll fight him for $100 million. Give me $100 million and I'll do it. He controls everything right now, and that's a dangerous situation for a guy who's not happy with the UFC and wants to fuck them in every way possible.
So my conspiracy theory is that UFC did this on purpose. They told Chimaev to do this, coming overweight, because he didn't look surprised at anything. He knew he was overweight. In order for UFC to sign Diaz to a longer contract because he's done. This is his last thing, right? His contract's over.
Why would this help them sign him?
So that they could fight again.
I don't think Diaz wants to fight Chimaev, honestly. I think
or fight someone else. I But he wants to fight, though, right?
No. I think he's done with the UFC. He started his own fight company. I think he wants to go to route of Khabib and just really be the guy who's bringing up fighters and stuff like that, kind of Cobra Kai status. But I think what's going on here is that I don't know exactly what it is, but I said when the presser got canceled, there's a conspiracy here. There's a conspiracy theory there. It's the first press conference ever canceled in the history of the UFC. There's fights at every press conference. There's fights at every weigh-in. You had McGregor throwing fucking chairs through buses, like all kinds of shit that's gone on through the years. And this is the first one ever canceled, and no one got hurt. There wasn't any broken jaws or blood. Like there was a kick to the ribs and a punch that didn't really land. We're going to have to bring Mike on and talk about that. But I have at the end of the show, I'm going to give you my conspiracy theory on this and why something smells really funny here. So stay tuned for that. Evan, are we doing a raffle today? Are we doing a giveaway?
I think we can do a giveaway if we hit 100 likes. We have 163 people in here with only 65 likes. What the fuck are you doing? If you want a free week for the first weekend of NFL, college football, baseball, all that shit, get us to 100 likes, and I'll do a giveaway.
All right. And by the way, Evan doesn't have his TikTok anymore, so he's going to be really focused on these likes going forward.
Damn right.
Yeah. So you guys are going to get the whip. The other thing here on the headlines before we get to the bets, Lamar Jackson, Stephen A. Smith continues to be the dumbest person in the history of America. I'm actually proud of him, Stephen A. Smith. The consistency of his idiocy is very impressive. Like it is something that is a sight to see. And Bill, he said Lamar Jackson not reaching the extension is a problem for the Ravens. I think it's the best thing that can happen to the Ravens this year because Lamar Jackson's going to go full Aaron Judge and want to come out and stick his dick down everyone's throat, win MVP. Not going to do this. He's going to want to win MVP, win the Super Bowl, probably doing steroids and HGH right now to go get his bag, his contract, and say, fuck you, that's why you should have paid me. How is him not reaching an extension bad for his production this year?
It's not.
It's not. It's the best. If you own Lamar Jackson in a fantasy league, you're ecstatic that contract didn't get reached. Ecstatic.
Yeah, he's betting on himself.
It's Aaron Judge.
Time.
Aaron Judge is going to have a down year because the Yankees didn't reach a contract. Stephen A. Smith said the same thing. Are you retarded?
Yeah,
He's got blood in his eyes for the other team and for his own team. What a fucking idiot. No, it's the best thing that can happen if you own the Lamar Jackson Rackets. You want him playing angry.
100%. Same, like you said, it's a Judge situation.
Yeah, it's a contract year now. I mean,
he's not at the level of Judge, but yeah, he's going to force him to play better.
Yeah. All right, let's run through some quick any other headlines there, E?
No.
All right, let's run through some quick baseball bets. Rackets?
I was going to just update on the tennis real quick. What I want you guys to do, because Swiatek's a minus 200 in the final for Jabeur tomorrow, we have 19 units available on a hedge because we hedged yesterday with Garcia. So we have 19 units left on this plus 2,400. What I want you guys to do is start taking Swiatek, and not with your bets tonight. I mean, you can do it with some of your bets tonight, but what I'm going to do is start parlaying Swiatek with my NFL bets so that I know that if Jabeur doesn't win, I have hedges with going into the NFL slate that are just better because I don't want to hedge at minus 200 that you're losing all your value on the 19 units. So what I'm personally doing with it, and we'll get to it, but I want you guys to start hedging Swiatek with your NFL bets or some stuff tonight just to get some value back on that bet.
That's one of my favorite things to do when you got a lot of units to spare, to actually go in there and start sprinkling it in, like sprinkle in the Swiatek with something today, sprinkle in Swiatek. And now you're not laying 200, right? You maybe get a plus 180, plus 200. You hit a couple of those little half unit plays, 1 unit plays, and there you go. You got 5-6 units on a hedge rather than to chunk into it. I know people say it's technically not a hedge. Jesus Christ. They'll say it's technically not a hedge. Well, no, it is a form of hedging. It's just an aggressive thing you do when you got a lot of units to spare. Why lay the full 6 if you can only lay 2? So
if you're sitting at minus 200 and you want to get at least 5 back, you're not going to lay 10 just to win 9 or 5. Like that's stupid. So I'm just going to do it that way.
And if not, then you might have to wait a set. You might have to pay for it down the line and not be able to get on Swiatek pre-match because you already wasted a couple units. But then you make her, she goes up a little bit, gets a break, goes up a set. There's your plus 200 now, and you could, be a little aggressive.
Yep. 100%. I just want to get that in there before I forgot about it.
No, that's great. All right, so MLB. Honestly, the MLB matchups this weekend are not great, which is good for us. A lot less games to really give a fuck about, right?
Yankees, Tampa.
We'll focus. We'll go through some of the big ones here. So we got the Yankees, Tampa, Yankees minus 110. Rasmussen and Montas. What are we looking at?
Well, I think the biggest thing that happened today is that they approved those changes for next year, Rackets. The extra big bases, which crazy.
You seen some of the memes? They're showing like huge bases.
Yeah. the pitch clock, and the most important one, the switching, the alignment. You can't do
No
that.
shift.
So defensive alignment that must include 2 fielders on each side of second base bag with both feet on the dirt, as well as rules limiting pickoff moves and expanding the size of the bases. So you can't be in the outfield. You have to have both feet on the dirt playing your position and on each side of the bag. I love it.
Me too. How they turned that shift into a fucking softball player playing short right field was just garbage, bro. Like,
or 4 outfielders across.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Come on.
Yeah, it's very ridiculous with the MLB. Put the extra base like the softball girls use. I don't understand it. I know why they don't do it. It's just because they're a bunch of egotistical, old, traditional men that don't want to see the field change too much. But there should be the base inside the line, and then there should be another base on the outside of the line for the runner to run on, and the fielder over here. It doesn't make any sense not to do it. They have it in girls softball. It's the smartest thing in the world. No ankle injuries. No one has to run inside the baseline. Fucking get out, run. You stay in foul territory the whole time. Stupid. Make the base bigger. What the fuck is that going to do? Anyway, Yankees, Rays, anyone? Interest?
The Rays are one of my plays, minus 105, 106, whatever it is. They haven't hit Montas well all season, but I can't see the Yankees winning another 2-1 game against Tampa.
Okay. Bill?
No, I'm not going to bet that because we already have Tampa Bay future to win the division. I'll just be, stuck. I mean, I'm a Yankee fan, but I got to hope they lose.
All right. I have one bet that I'm going to put in here. Phillies money line, Dodgers money line. I like the Phillies today in this spot, and the Dodgers going into San Diego, minus 170 with May on the hill. I think the Dodgers take care of business. I'm going to do that plus 130, Evan. Phillies, Dodgers parlay, plus 130.
We have
also on the Dodgers.
We have breaking news also. The fight is officially off.
Yeah, there's no way.
We can do that.
Yeah, and everyone on Twitter was talking about, no, this is intentional. This is 100% intentional. Now we'll find out why. Is it like a cooey?
Now what are they going to do with the pay-per-view? People paid for it. Tickets have to be refunded. Mess.
No, they're not canceling the card. They're just canceling that fight.
But you got the heavyweight.
You don't get nothing.
The heavyweight fight is done also.
No, nothing's done. They have replacements that we'll see. You'll see where it's at. But again,
who's going to
wait till Mike. We got our UFC expert coming in 25 minutes. Let's wait till that. We'll talk about it then.
Who's replacing Chimaev?
If you stay for 30 minutes, you'll find out.
I can't wait that long.
It's a tease. No, it's a teaser. We're teasing the people.
I need to know now.
I need to know who your other baseball bets are. What else?
I'll log right off and go look somewhere else.
Stay here on Stay Cashin where you'll find out. I'm going to go with also the Mariners plus 105. I don't love this matchup, obviously, versus the Braves, but I do love getting the Mariners plus money whenever the fuck I can. So Mariners plus 105 for me. And then looking at the rest of the card, I haven't dug too deep into it. I'm not going to lie to you and pretend I did a shit ton of baseball research today, but that's really it. I mean, there's nothing else that I really like on here outside of maybe the Pirates plus 200 if you could find a number like that. But Bill, what else do you like on baseball?
I'm on the Mets.
That's minus 160.
Yeah, I like the Mets a lot. And as of right now, I do like you said, I like the Dodgers. I might put them in something. But I'm taking the Mets straight up right now as one of my only plays.
All right. Yeah, I got Dodgers Phillies right now. Rackets, what are you on for today?
Orioles minus 126, shocker, and Orioles Tampa. Those are my only 2 plays in baseball.
Okay, so you're on Orioles. Are they in there already?
Yep.
All right, cool. So Orioles minus 124 and Rays minus 104 are your 2 plays?
Yep.
Okay, cool. So let's get over now. We're done with baseball. Let's move on to the fun stuff. Let's bring in Howie Dewey and the mystery chair. Look at Howie. I mean, Jesus, Evan, give the guy a chance. Like maybe take a look at his camera before you just bring on
I can't
Howie.
look at his camera.
Howie Dewey, how you doing?
He was behind the curtain.
What's going on?
Where you came out like a magician from behind the curtain.
That's what it is. This curtain's got shady shit behind it.
Do you have any college football rabbits in your hat for this weekend that we're?
Oh, it's going to be a weekend, baby.
Let's go. We're gonna fuck. Let's fuck.
Oh, we're fucking, baby. It's going to be wild.
All right. Well, let's start with today, right?
Yeah.
Because there are a couple games today. I'm sure you. The good thing about Howie, guys, and he doesn't claim to be an NFL guru. Howie, you're a college guy.
College guy, 100%.
You don't give a fuck about the NFL.
I mean, literally, if you go the opposite of what I tell you in the NFL, you probably go 80-90%.
Those are my number one people to follow. And it was something that I really struggled with, being good at college and pro in the same sport. It almost never happens, and you got to change it. That's actually a good sign because that means you're spending all your time researching college.
Yeah.
Instead of worried about this. So tell me what's going on tonight.
I mean, tonight you got I think you got a great game. You got Louisville going down to Central Florida. Louisville coming off that ass beating up in Syracuse. Syracuse wasn't supposed to be great this year. A lot of their guys transferred out. They kicked the shit out of Louisville. Now they got to go down to Central Florida. Look, Central Florida is always loaded. You got home state talent. I think they're going to put a beat down on Louisville tonight.
I mean, if there's one thing you know, it's that Howie's betting the team from Florida.
Yeah.
If there's one thing we learned, Howie Dewey loves the Florida teams. And I like this too. I like the way UCF looked. I didn't like the way Louisville looked. I think this is a good spot here. I'm figuring out how I'm going to play it. Whether I'm going to take this in a money line and use it with a money line parlay with something tomorrow to get like a plus 105. But I think I'm on the UCF side of this too tonight with you. What about this Boise, New Mexico game? Sorry. Boise looked great. New Mexico looked pretty good.
I mean, normally I'm a Boise guy. Normally I'd be like, it's Boise State. That's the football team out in that area. But this worries me a little bit because Boise didn't look that great last week.
No, not at all.
It did.
And honestly, I got did call it. We're on Oregon State. I said, this is the team, Oregon State. We pounded them. So
they did.
I was worried about it. 17 returning starters, Howie, and they didn't look good. How much more can you expect the next week?
No, I mean, yeah. I mean, I can see New Mexico State covering this.
Yeah, and it's pretty split, which is comforting at least. You got pretty much 53% of the bets on New Mexico, 51% of the money. So at least there's no drastic, shift.
No, that's a tough game.
That's going to be a tough one, right?
Yeah,
that's going to be a tough one. Let's get to the weekend here. I got a play that I absolutely love. Wasn't really going to give this out for free on Stay Cashin, but I'm going to because I missed you guys yesterday, so I got to make up for it. My favorite play of the weekend is actually Stanford, and I'm all over this. I think everyone, Howie, I don't know if you're on the same side, other side. If you're on the other side, feel free to tee off the other way. We're here to debate, but
I love the plus 7.5. I mean, USC came out last week. They're the one. I think the only Pac-10 team or 12 team that won. They came out. Look, man, that's going to be a close game. You're playing it. It's games at Stanford, correct?
Yep.
That's going to be a tough game.
At the beginning of the week, I put this play out for the subscribers. Stanford plus 10.5 minus 130. Okay. I thought it was an insane number even be giving them 10. And I never, you guys know, I never put plays out early. I always want all the news, all the COVID, all that shit that can happen. I put that out earlier because I knew this line was going to get shit stomped because it's wrong. This line is down to 7.5 in places from 10.5.
Would you be surprised if Stanford wins this game outright?
I am all over. The subscribers also have, Howie, Stanford plus 280 from earlier in the week. Stanford wins this game.
I think so.
Stanford is going to beat USC this weekend. Everyone's going to be on the USC train because they threw up fucking 50 points or whatever the fuck they did last week. It's USC. Everyone wants to hype up the Ohio States, the USCs, the Notre Dames. We want those names in the spotlight. And USC is going to do what it always does. Go into Stanford and shit the bed. I think they're like fucking 3-12 in their last 15 games against Stanford or something crazy. I'll look it up right now. But Stanford always beats USC.
Yeah, Stanford owns them. I mean, that's why I personally think I won't be surprised if Stanford wins that game.
Yeah. I mean, getting plus, what's the line at now? I haven't even looked because we got
7.5.
110 at 8.
Well, no, what's the so yeah, we're gonna take the 8. I see 8 on 2 books. I'm trying to see if there's an 8.5 anywhere. Looks like there might be an 8.5 on Bet365 or whatever this is. Hold on. on MGM. Can someone check that? See if there's an 8.5 on MGM. But we'll take the 8, and then the money line here is. What do you see the money line at, Dewey? Yeah, for plus 260 still. All right, so we'll take that. Stanford wins this game. Watch.
Good value. I agree.
It fits every narrative. I mean, listen. Here's the thing on bets like this, where you're kind of in that weird spot, going against the top 10 team. Blah blah blah. If they don't cover it, they may just get shit stomped. But I don't see that happening. I see a win. I see an outright win here for Stanford, or at least something that's coming down to the wire. What else do you like this weekend, Howie? We got some big games. Your Florida Gators at home, 12 ranked against Kentucky. I'm assuming you got to play over there.
I do, and it's not what you think it is. I think that's a 1-point game.
Wow, dude, he's going against Florida.
Yeah, I got Kentucky. Kentucky covers. Kentucky's got a good squad this year. Florida's solid, as you saw last week. But look, man, UK's not an Oregon. UK's an SEC team. They've been improving the last couple of years. They're going to go down the swamp. They're going to make this thing interesting. They could actually win down there. If Florida wins, it's going to be less than 5.5. I'll tell you that much. But I really like UK playing at Florida.
Wow. All right. So here's the thing. Me and you both love this quarterback from Florida, Richardson.
Yeah.
You love him even more than me, right?
I do.
So that's your boy. That's your baby. I was
Dude,
looking at this
what he did last week against Utah. Look, they got down, and you just saw the look. He was like, just give me the ball. Just give me the ball.
So I'm shocked.
Everything's going to be all right.
Well, I mean, listen, I got my play here then. I guess so here's the – actually, no, I'm not going to make this a play. I'm going to give this to subscribers. But one thing I will say, Howie, I didn't like that line movement. Like, looking at the line on this game, I wanted to bet Florida heavy, and that line is not – that's looking like a trap right now. That line is still at 5.5, down to 5.5. I mean, they look like they're looking for Florida money, keeping it under that 6 there. So I don't know.
Kentucky's good. Everything you read about, I mean, they have a ton of guys back from last year. They had a good squad. I think that's going to be a battle down there.
Yeah, it's. I'm gonna wait on that, but I'm gonna definitely. I see where you're coming from with that for sure. What else you got here, Howie? You got anything else you like?
I love 2 other games. I love West Virginia, Kansas going into West Virginia. West Virginia's minus 13.5. JT Daniels hit 4 different receivers between the numbers last week. On 3 different occasions, they all dropped it. The one kid got it bounced off his helmet.
That's not fun.
West Virginia should have won that game last week easily. I think that they catch the balls that he throws to them this week. I think he probably throws for about 400 yards against Kansas, and they probably win that game by 4 touchdowns.
I don't hate that at all. I mean, I could totally see that.
West Virginia is going to be rocking. College kids are back. They're coming back from that Pittsburgh. That place is going to be packed. If you ever know anything about West Virginia, that's the biggest, number 1 degenerate college town in this country. I think that's the only college in the country where they don't even have classes. I think you just sign up, you just go and live in a house and drink for 4 years, and they give you a certificate. Pretty certain.
You don't even need to buy books or nothing.
No, man. You just sign up. There's college students that are 35, 40 years old that have been there for 20 years living in a house.
Looks like a scene out of what was the comedy movie with Vince Vaughn where they were all back in school? I forget what it was.
Old School.
Old School. That's it. The Oklahoma State is something I got to get a nibble on. I'm not going to play it the way some of you may think, but any of you who know where we're going with this, I can't find it right now on FanDuel or MGM. Bill, can you go on DraftKings and see? I'm looking for a team total for Oklahoma State. Whatever the number is, I'm going over it. The line on this game is 57.5, Howie. Oklahoma State's at home going against Arizona State. We saw what they did last week.
34.5.
34.5? Yeah, dude, give me that fucking all day. So I think they're going to be low on them all year. Do you like that, Howie?
Yeah, absolutely. I like a couple. I like that over. And I like the Tennessee Pitt over 64.5. I think they score 80 points.
Which game is that? Tennessee Pitt?
Tennessee at
Pitt.
Pitt.
I guess that. Yeah, it's just a Pitt. That line was a little bit weird when I first saw it too.
But I think I'm not touching the game. Because I can see Pitt backdooring one and losing by 3 or 4. But those 2 teams just score. They have great defenses, but they score. They score and they score fast.
Yeah, that line looks really trappy coming off what happened there with
64.5. They want Joe Public. Everyone's going on the under. They're gonna score 64.5 by halftime.
Let's go. How we doing? 64.5 in a Tennessee game. I'll give one more play. Let me just see if I can find it here. Texas Tech is the other play that I really like this week. Love this spot right here for Texas Tech. This fits the system, and me and Howie are fucking full heel turning. He was all in Florida last week with the close victory, made him a shit ton of money. Now he's turning against him. I was all over Houston, who got me a fucking ton of money, closed it out with a close win, and now I'm turning against them. Give me Texas Tech as the dog versus a ranked Houston team, laying 3.5 points. You know where Joe Pub's going to be on this one when they start looking at that line and go, wait, Houston's ranked 25th and I'm getting 4? No, give me Texas Tech on the money line. We do not have to lay the 176 because earlier in the week on Monday, I gave in one other play, and it was Texas Tech minus 134. So we already have Texas Tech minus 134 for the subs. Take that 50 cents and buy yourself a fucking cigarette with it.
I'll tell you why I like Texas Tech even more, because last week that was a struggle. That was an absolute Houston absolutely struggled with that Texas San Antonio. Texas San Antonio could have won that game against Houston. So the reason I like that game more is because now Texas San Antonio is headed up to West Point Saturday, and they're playing Army, and I think they're laying like 1.5, 2 points. Army got beat by 2 touchdowns last week, so there's no respect there. This team's getting so that falls back on Houston. Houston could get smacked Saturday.
Yeah, I think they do, dude. I think they can get smacked. I think we're looking at 2 lines that could be, 10 points off, where Stanford can get an outright win and Texas Tech can win this game by, 10 plus. I think there will be some fireworks in it too. I think we probably can hit the over 63.5 too, but we'll wait on that. Probably do a teaser with that. You got anything else, Howie, before we let you go?
Yeah, 2 more games real quick. You got Ohio Mid-American Conference team who squeaked one out last week against Florida Atlantic in Florida. They're playing at Penn State. They're getting 24.5 points. I love them as a dog. Penn State, we saw them last week. Not impressive at all. Ohio's just coming off beating a Florida team. I think they cover that 24.5 at Penn State. That could be a close game.
All right, I like that. Penn State. But you know what? Based on just fucking being an asshole. Actually, you got 25.5s out there. So give Howard a 25.5 on Ohio on the book. Let's take that extra point that's sitting out there.
Last game, you got my old school, Georgia Southern, traveling to Nebraska, 24-point dogs at Nebraska. We saw how good Nebraska looked their opening against Northwestern, getting beat at home. Listen, Georgia Southern's got a new coach, new system, not running the triple option anymore. They got athletes there, man. Georgia Southern they basically get every single Georgia kid that doesn't go to UGA or Georgia Tech.
Right.
They have players there. I think that's a close game. Don't be surprised Georgia Southern goes to Nebraska and beats them.
Wow, that's a 24-point dog.
Yeah.
All right. This is some bold calls you're getting right here.
Sometimes you got to grab your sack, baby. But
you got to grab the sack. You got to grab it. There's no winning if you're not risking something here. So I like that. Plus, you can catch a plus 1,400 on Georgia Southern there if you have any interest. Howie Dewey, final words? Anything else on the way out?
It's going to be a good weekend, baby. It's going to be a good weekend. Profitable weekend. Let's go West Virginia.
I'm excited. It starts tonight, college football. All right, Dewey, we'll talk to you a little bit later.
All right, brother.
Later, bro. Bill, anything on the college football front for you that you're looking at early on this weekend?
Nope, not until tomorrow. That's why you got to sign up.
Got to sign up, 4deepbets.com. I have 2 other bets that are big bets that I'm not giving out here that I think can't lose. I mean, this is week 2 is one of my favorite weeks for college football just because you get that first week out of your way. You have an idea of what's going on, and they set some traps with these lines. I'll tell you, I got to play on the Alabama-Texas game too. Pretty big play on that may surprise some people. Let's move over to the NFL week 1. So what are we looking at here? Silly Billy Rupp, Joey Rackets. Good start to yesterday. Like I said, for me, outside of Allen Robinson, hit the Diggs over 5.5, hit the fucking Josh Allen over 1.5, kind of treaded water on the fucking props there with Allen Robinson losing on his yardage one. But the plus 2,300 comes in right out the gate, halftime, full-time for us. Let's run it back this weekend. So Rackets, this Sunday, NFL, we'll be on the live roundtable show tonight on the Discord. What time? I don't know. Night Ghost knows. I'm stupid.
I
probably got 15 emails about it. Sometime 8, 9, 10. I don't know.
You got to sign up, guys, because I have a whole ton of prop bets and everything for Sunday that, it's impossible to give out here. So
and we wouldn't give them out even if we could.
Yeah, you have
I
to
give the whole fucking sheet out.
Join Monkey Knife Fight, guys, for football, for the touchdown dance. Use 4 deep 100 and get 100% deposit bonus, just like baseball. We told you we crushed it. Hoffman hit like 15 in a row. We killed it. I'll give you a free one right here. Start off the season. Jonathan Taylor, Joe Mixon, and Deebo Samuel. Monkey Knife Fight. Score 3 touchdowns. I think Taylor might get 2 himself. You just need 1 more between the other 2, and it cashes. Just like that, 1.5 times your money. So sign up for we killed it last year in football at Monkey Knife Fight, and we're going to kill it again this year. We killed baseball, and same thing. So sign up for monkeyknifefight.com. 4 deep 100 is the code, and you get 100% up to $100 bonus match.
I mean, Evan. Yeah. Bill hosts the show for fucking one day. He goes from not wanting to retweet Stay Cashin to doing a phenomenal promo for Monkey Knife Fight.
And then I retweeted Stay Cashin.
I was just sitting there like this, like.
I retweeted too.
Yeah. Holy shit! I need to take off more often. Maybe he's coming for my job.
Who is that guy?
I don't even know who that is. Maybe he wants to be the host. Yeah, it is great. MonkeyKnifeFight.com. 4 deep 100. Promo code 4 deep 100. Monkey Knife Fight's literally the easiest shit in the world. It's the only reason I don't play there a lot is because it's like max $500 on a bet. But that shit, if you have a smaller bankroll, especially, you could just play there and fucking sweep the year away. It's so easy. Sometimes you pick 3 guys to score 1 touchdown. Like it's fucking nuts. All right, NFL Week 1 Rackets.
Gabe Davis made me sick last night. The 2 touchdown, getting tackled at the 4, like that was disgusting.
Yeah, that wasn't fun.
My bet's obvious. It's the most Rackets bet ever. It's easy. Jonathan Taylor over 99.5 yards. There are some people in the chat said they got it at 96.5. If FanDuel had 99.5, it doesn't matter. He's going to be over by game time. It'll be 103 to 105. In the last 2 games again, all year, the 2 games last year against them, 287 yards rushing. So no chance he doesn't get in the end zone, and he probably goes for like 140 tomorrow.
All right.
Or Sunday. Not
Rackets going directly back to the well.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor over. Bill Rupp, what are you liking?
I'm going to do a nice little parlay. Broncos, Colts. Going with Rackets on the Colts. Think they should just get by easily. And Denver, Russell should beat his old team. Later on. That game's not until
Monday night.
Monday night?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that parlay. Colts and Broncos. I think that's guaranteed money, minus 129. I'll take it all day. Win those 2. A lot of home dogs this weekend. A lot of home dogs.
I'm going to have a field day this week. This weekend's lining up for a great fucking weekend for me because I like being contrarian. I like going against road favorites, and this is just straight. You're going to see bets on my fucking ticket that are like the Texans, the Browns, I'm going at all this fucking shit. I'm going at all these fucking home dogs. Give me that. Team starting slow. Probably a lot of first half action that I'm going to have in on this, so I'm excited. There's a lot of trap lines. This Raven Jets, explain to me how to Ravens and Jets is still minus 6.5. Me and Rackets were talking about it last night. Something fucking fishy's going on there. I'm going to give you the first trap line, though, that I love. Me and Rackets, again, last night. We're talking about it on the show. I'm going to buy it to 3.5, and I'm going to take the minus 135 on it. Give me the Cowboys against the Bucks. Cowboys are beating the Bucks this week. And, again, those of you listening to Discord last night, if you guys are members, we do this stuff all the time where we'll get into long gambling conversations. I'll repeat some of it here, Rackets, for them. There is a drastic thing taking place right now between 2 games. And it's very interesting that the percentage of money is almost the same exact percent of money. Here's how you bet NFL sides, okay? You don't jump on Joe Public. You don't jump with the herd. We're going to still do it. I did it last night with Allen Robinson. But when the public is all over something, you need to be very wary and be very careful of it, especially depending on how the lines are moving. So with this Bucks game right now, Rackets, we were talking about it last night. I mean, we saw 60-something% of the money was on the Bucks, and the line hasn't moved at all. Like
Not at
this is
all.
a trap. They're keeping the Cowboys at 2.5 on all these books because they want Bucks money.
They're not even, Tommy, they're not even moving the juice.
No, nothing. It was at minus 130 the whole fucking time. Like, it never fucking moved at all. Meanwhile, and I'll pull up the exact numbers here. That's why I'm stalling a little bit. But I hate the Cowboys. I hate betting on them. I hate them as a team. I hate everything about the Cowboys. I almost never bet the Cowboys, Bill. You know that. I don't want to fucking touch. I hate them, right? So I'm all over it.
Cowboys are
open. What?
Cowboys are in my teaser.
Yeah, dude. This line opened at minus 135. There's 66% of the money coming in, and 67% of the bets are coming in on the money line on the Bucks, and the line is still 135. How?
Has not moved.
It hasn't budged, and it's right off a key number too. They are keeping this thing at 2.5 everywhere. This is a trap. Do not bet the fucking Bucks. Trust me, even if you lose the bet, you'd rather lose the Cowboy side than the Bucks side, because if you bet the Bucks, you're falling right into the trap, my opinion, Bill.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna say more of it. I don't want to hear your voice anymore. I mean, it's just piercing through me like the past. It's just like you're
Was it
like
nicer without me yesterday?
like one of those cords on your back. You pulled it since 2:10, and I just haven't heard you shut the fuck up.
Wow. Okay. Well, someone's got to give an
Stocking.
analysis. You want to flip a coin?
Can we go over the games and we don't have to hear you talk anymore?
You want to flip a coin? Oh, watch this. Here, watch this. Bill.
Did he win? Did he
Give
win?
me some more analysis on the games
Did
this
he
weekend.
win? Oh, okay. I'm going to bet the Cowboys because it's a conspiracy. Shocker! Tommy G has a fucking conspiracy! Holy shit!
Wait, all right, so Bill, the floor is yours. Talk to me about more bets you like.
Well, I'm on the Cowboys also. They're in my teaser. Plus
you just
10.
got no reason why.
If you weren't motoring along, I would have beat it.
They're doing what they're supposed to do.
I don't think Tampa's good. They're doing things they're supposed to do in Dallas. Right.
They're doing things they're supposed to do. Go.
And I'm going with the Raiders also on that plus 11. I think the Raiders are being a dog there. I think the Raiders bring that game home. They're also, again, doing things that you're supposed to do over in Raiderland. Look good. Everyone says car's going to be great. Got to wait and see. I also love it, plus 11. And then I'm right back to my other bet. Putting together, going with the Colts, bring it down to even money. 7.5-point teaser comes out to plus 105. Raiders 11, Colts even, Dallas plus 10. I fucking love it. Don't ask questions. Just put it in, and that's it.
Phil, I mean, Jesus, you ever gonna shut the fuck up? Right, Rackets, what do you like?
We
I
heard.
like those. Yeah, you heard what I like. No, I like.
Oh, you
the Colts
can't
as a
have your
nice
only
teaser.
play of NFL weekend be Jonathan Taylor over 99 yards.
You
What
like-
else?
Relax.
You like
Relax.
Stacker, too.
Oh.
I'm on Bills Colts Broncos parlay. The Broncos are my survivor team. I'll give that out. I gave that out yesterday on yesterday's show. I love the Broncos this week too. I don't think there's any way Russell doesn't go back in there and beat the shit out of the Seahawks.
I'll be taking the Broncos on an alt line, but again, that's Monday. We'll go deeper into that on Monday's show.
It's
So,
a good
Bill, I know
parlay.
you wanted to hear more about the Cowboys.
Parlay
thing.
piece, though, Tommy. It's a good parlay.
No. I know. It was smart to say it now. I'm saying we won't go through all the deep analysis till Monday. But yeah, if you got it in a parlay, you got to do it. I will give you another. I know you're dying for more Cowboys analysis, Bill. The same exact money scenario is with the Broncos game. Broncos are 68% of the money, 90% of the bets. Bucks are 70% of the money, 60% of the bets. The Broncos line's gone from minus 190 to minus 250, just to show you how much 70% of the money in bets should do. And the Bucks hasn't moved. So that's the final thing on that. Another game I love, another kind of, I don't know if this is a trap, Bill. I think it's obvious. Give me the Vikings plus 1.5 against the Packers. I mean, we saw it last year with Aaron Rodgers, wasn't ready. Now he's got no Devontae Adams. He's on fucking McAfee's show every day talking about vaccines and all other shit, which I love. But they're going into fucking Minnesota here. I think this game may go under the total, too, with two teams struggling a little. But Minnesota's got basically the same pieces back, just a new offense that they're going to be running that should help them. I think Minnesota could stomp them.
Yeah, I said it the other day. I think it goes just like last year's first game went for the Packers. They get killed. Saints killed them. I think the Vikings own them in that game also. Vikings to be a dog there. plus 1.5 or plus 100 on the money line is a joke.
Yeah.
I would definitely have the Vikings in a teaser and something else, and there'll be a lot in my bets this weekend.
Yeah, that's gonna be one of mine there, Evan. If you want to do that too, Vikings plus 8.
Guys, our best bets are our props. So you got to join for these, because we usually spend like a lot of time Saturday night. I know me and Tommy did last year and the year before, just going over all the touchdown people.
Oh, I haven't even done prop research yet.
Yeah, so we haven't even gotten close to that, guys. So you have to join. There's nothing I can tell you. We gave you props yesterday. You saw, so you have to join.
Yeah, you got to. We're not going to give all that out here, especially when there's still lingering injuries that could affect the outcome of the games too. I do like the teaser, as I was just saying. I'm going to actually tease the Vikings 7-point teaser. I'm going to do the Vikings up to 8.5, and I'm going to take the Bengals down to even money, down to plus 0.5. I think it would be. So I'm going Bengals and Vikings on that teaser. I like the Bengals a lot this week. Moneyline going to be one of my survivor picks too. Let's go bring in Constantino. Let's talk some UFC, and he can give a take or two on football. This UFC stuff is going fucking bananas right now. Get over to 4deepbets.com, number 4deepbets.com. If you want to come in and just try it for a week, $37. Come in. You get 7 days of all the sports, talking like $5 a day. Come in and hang out. We'll make you your money back on that pretty easily. Con man, what is going on in the world of fucking UFC?
A lot. Right now, what I'm hearing is it's not finalized yet, but Nate versus Ferguson, they're negotiating rounds, both got money, and Dana. Well, you can't hear me?
No, I'm saying cash it. That was my
a
call.
lot going on. I mean, I hate to say the Tommy conspiracy thing because I hate the whole. I mean, did you see the weight miss? It's a conspiracy. Bill, I agree with you. Is everything conspiracy? And he's got the string on his back too.
Everything.
But here's the crazy part.
Can I stop you for 1 second?
I don't think you should.
No, let Mike.
No. By the way,
we've heard enough.
Mike, Bill Rupp last night.
Let Mike talk.
Last night on the show, Mike, I'm teeing him up. Last night on the show, Bill Rupp told us about adrenochrome.
You already introduced him.
And every conspiracy. I don't want to hear him talking about conspiracy.
Can we hear Mike talk, please?
You're the biggest conspiracy theorist ever.
I want to know what's going on with UFC.
Fucking asshole. You just want to cut me off because you don't want to get exposed.
He did heel turn to conspiracy pretty hard.
Hard as fuck.
Yeah, he
All
did.
right, now you're talking more about conspiracy. Can we hear Mike?
Mike, talk about Bill.
He did heel turn conspiracy, which is okay, but let me try to give you the news I'm trying to report. I hate to say, because Tommy's whole conspiracy theory, but there are murmurings of Khamzat staying on the card to fight Kevin Holland, of who we got into a brawl with backstage yesterday. But I'm also here, and Dana White won't allow it because he's really, really upset about this whole thing. I did see some footage I just saw for the first time of the actual brawl. And you see Diaz's whole camp in black T-shirts. You see the Russians. You see like a Chechnyan hit somebody, chairs being thrown. I mean, it was pretty crazy. But I am hearing that Diaz versus Ferguson is close to being done. This whole card is a shit show. There was more than the reported 3 weight misses because a couple fights even went to catch weight, including one I had my eye on, but now I don't like it, that it's up 5 pounds in one of the girl fights. I mean, a lot of craziness going on and still developing. No official announcements that I've seen that I trust enough to confirm, but I do have people there, and I'm speaking to them too.
Mike, do they refund tickets or do they?
No refunds. Just like baseball, it's on the ticket, no refunds. Card mate is subject to change at any time. I mean, that's just a fight game. So it is what it is. But they're gonna. I don't think Diaz won't fight. Like, I think they're either going to make the Ferguson fight. They also talked about Holland. I mean, there's a lot going on. Crazy though. I mean, it really is crazy. Duadu missed weight by 3.5 pounds. Barnett missed heavyweight. Macy Chiasson was missing weight, and they agreed on a catch weight. And to answer Bill from some things you texted me and said on the show, the fight could go on. The commission wouldn't cancel it. It could be negotiated to a catch weight, and then Diaz would have to weigh in between a certain amount, even if it didn't get there. Say somebody missed by 12 pounds, they would give him the ability to weigh in at 175 then, but he has to get to certain thresholds. But he can also deny a fight out of the contracted weight class. That's why he held all the cards. You know, for him to accept the fight versus Ferguson, I mean, he has to be getting paid millions with like an S on it.
That's the fight we want to see. I had no interest, Mike, in Chimaev Diaz. None. I literally didn't care because he's gonna fucking ragdoll him and just destroy him.
I agree.
Right? Like,
yeah, I agree.
There was the minus 1,200 was a joke. It should have been minus 12,000 on that fight because there's nothing that Diaz could do outside of maybe last deep into the fight against him. But this is a great one, dude. Ferguson Diaz would be. I mean, that's the second most Diaz fight I'd want to see outside of McGregor, Mike. That would be better.
I mean, I honestly think it would be a better fight than Chimaev because I agree with Tommy that he would just ragdoll him and he would wrestle and just most likely TKO him. I mean, Chimaev by knockout TKO is only minus 150, and it was something I was considering because I don't see a path of submission. I don't see it going the distance. I do see him knocking Diaz out if they were to fight. But we can forget talking about that now. I'm keeping my eye on my text messages and everything. Yeah, so we don't know yet what's going to happen. A lot, like, you know, developing real time.
So my conspiracy theory relies on the fact that it was the first UFC press conference ever canceled, and we know how important the press conference is because that's all the sound bites that they use to promote the fight all week, right? Like, the press conference is huge. That's why they never cancel them. Based on a scrap in the background, Mike, that no one got any broken noses. There was no blood. There was just a kick, a punch, and a bunch of goons going at each other.
I just got a text that it's close to being done between Chimaev and Holland, which would be very weird because Chimaev cited medical issues for the weight loss. So, I mean, I don't understand how the doctor could even clear him to fight if he claimed he had medical issues and that's why he couldn't make weight. How are they going to say now your issues are gone, go fight up at 170? I have no idea.
You want the conspiracy? You want it?
Go for it.
Chimaev, everyone knew Chimaev wasn't making weight. They kept it under wraps. They knew
Who's they?
Whoever it needs to be.
It has to be somebody for you to say.
Dana White and those guys.
Yeah, it's not the UFC. It doesn't work.
It was. Dana White and them knew. So yesterday, they got to Chimaev's camp. They said, listen, you're not fucking making weight. The only thing we may be able to do is get Ferguson up to Diaz and you fight Holland. Go start some shit with Holland. And it'll allow us to fucking cancel the presser. We won't have to address the weight issue. We won't have Diaz going out there talking shit on the UFC.
You believe that the UFC is the company?
And now they're going to – I told Bill today they're going to book Holland, Chimaev, Ferguson, Diaz. They're going to have a better card, and they're going to avoid all the chaos because he was going to miss weight, and Dana fucking knew a day and a half ago.
That's as far-fetched as underground tunnels that house cribs and children that you spewed 4 years ago. I mean, the UFC does not do that, cannot do that, illegal. I mean, Dana is not involved to that level to think of hatching a plan to purposely miss. Like it's unrealistic. I've dealt with them. I've had fighters miss.
If it's illegal, they definitely
had other fighters miss weight. Khabib missed weight when I cornered him 1 week, believe it or not. It doesn't work that way, no.
Yeah, I know. They would definitely never do anything illegal, right, Bill? They don't pay the judges at all, ever, right?
Oh, never.
Yeah, no, they would never do anything.
On UFC.
So what do we think of the card here, Mike? And any
I think it's a fucking dumpster fire. It was to begin with a favorite at minus 1,200, another favorite at minus 900, multiple female fights. I mean, the card itself is shite, as they say in England. I mean, I could talk you through some thoughts. I have a parlay, which is an official bet that might not even happen now if Kevin Holland gets moved around. But I do like Kevin Holland against D-Rod, Daniel Rodriguez in that spot. Holland historically has troubles with wrestlers, people that put him on his back. D-Rod is a boxer. He doesn't really wrestle. You know, Holland is 2 inches taller, 7-inch reach advantage. So in a striking battle without much of a threat of wrestling, I like Holland there. So if that fight stays intact, I like the Holland side in a parlay with Hakeem Dawodu. And I know he missed weight, but I think it works in his advantage here. He's the shorter fighter, but it makes him bigger and harder to take down. Juicy J, who I like, Julian Erosa, his opponent, should look to take the fight down in that situation. But Dawodu, you know, is very good judo, powerful striker, and has only lost via submission. And Erosa, on the other hand, has been knocked out 5 times. And I do think Dawadu's power can get there and translate. And I could see him winning either inside the distance or by decision. If you put those two together, you get back plus 116. So as of right now, that's the bet here. And I'll touch on a couple other fights just because we don't know what this card, you know, is going to look like as a whole.
Let me ask you a question on this, Mike, is because my theory with Bill was it ends up being Ferguson Diaz, Chimaev Holland, And then can they do the Li Jiang D-Rod fight? Would that be doable? That basically jumbles them all around.
No,
they can do that.
So you just tell the other fighters who were supposed to fight to go
paid.
home?
Yeah, no, they'll get paid. They'll get paid their win money, even though they don't have to fight, and they'll get booked on another card, possibly even next week. Multiple people hold multiple cards. It's a real interesting thing right now. I'm really interested to see what they do with Chimaev, because I do believe it'll be a little hypocritical if they allow him to stay on the card. The guy fucking ruined the press conference. He assaulted people. He misses weight. I mean, it's fucking bananas. Dana White,
when he walked off the scale,
loves the money, and he's a good promoter. But I don't know if he could even allow him to stay on the card. That's why I'm really interested to see if that happens. If that happens, I may have to subscribe to Tommy's theory of something's wrong or something's awry.
Dana would never let anyone stay on the card.
Imagine they fight yesterday and now they're fighting. I mean, that's a better fight. I'd rather see it.
It's all better fights.
Well, it's not really a better fight because Chimaev will take Holland down. I just got done telling you.
Yeah, but Holland's got at least a chance.
Stop a runny nose. Not really.
Well, more of a chance than Diaz has.
I don't know. I mean, Diaz at least is good off his back. I mean,
no, you get Chimaev on you. There is no good off your back.
Well, again, if you're comparing apples to apples, I'd rather have Nate Diaz off his back, with his good jiu-jitsu versus Kevin Holland, who's a fish out of water.
Yeah, but I'd rather have Holland's, potential striking. He could at least handle on his feet.
They both have the same terrible takedown defense, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it better. I like all these fights better. So you said there was one other fight you want to talk about?
No, I said I could talk through some of these fights and give you an overview, but I mean, it's really a hard card. Like I said, with those lines. One thing I just want to make mention on is there was a couple underdogs here. The first fight of the night, plus 105, Lane S. He's live. Second fight, Elise Reed, plus 140. She's live. Tony Ferguson against Li Jinglong at plus 265. He was live. And then you got the other end of the spectrum, like I said, minus 800, minus 1200. Very tough card to bet. And I'm thrilled that football's here. And it can kind of, I don't want to say get lost in the shuffle, but, you come out with one or two bets rather than being forced into 4 to 6, because this really is a shit show.
Yeah. We got college football tomorrow. We got NFL this weekend. So if we can just get a couple winners out of this. Plus, Mike, you can't put money bets together right now. 4 fights are going to change.
Well, you can't do anything right now because there's so much going on up in the air. Hold on. I don't know if this is official, but I'm seeing Diaz versus Ferguson, Lee versus D-Rod. Wow, Tommy, you said that possibly. I mean, he would have to gain on. Oh, no, Lee versus D-Rod.
I told you. I nailed the whole thing.
Chimaev.
All we need is Chimaev Holland. And
if that happens, I'm going to be really shocked.
And then you're going to have to fucking apologize with that other fucking jerk.
I don't know if they can do that.
In the FanDuel shirt.
All right, here we go. So somebody inside D-Rod's camp, Daniel Rodriguez, confirmed off the record that Rodriguez has been offered a bout against Li Jingliang at tomorrow night's UFC.
What would they do to me, guys?
And accepts.
Rodriguez is now. That's why you talk a lot, Bill. So I can get my fucking amazing predictions out. If I would have sat there and shut the fuck up, I would have never got that out so that you could all see the motherfucking champ is here.
They're just waiting on Ji Liang to accept, and then that fight would be made, which means they each lost their opponent, which means Holland and Ferguson, which means that they're going to keep Khamzat on the card. I mean,
which means Tommy G's right. Mike, what do you like in football?
Wait a second. There's like somebody missing here.
No, it's those. They just swapped them, dude.
I just can't imagine that.
This is all a plan.
Wow.
It was all planned. Dana found out 3 days ago Chimaev wasn't making weight.
That's the part where you lose me.
But he scripted.
There's nothing to argue about proposing and supposing what I know.
What are the chances Chimaev's fighting with Holland yesterday? Why would Chimaev fight with Holland? He's not even fighting Holland.
I agree with all that, but where you lose me is that Dana did. That does not happen.
They fucking put him together. This is all a fucking scripted play, dude. Chimaev. We're going to lose Chimaev Diaz.
This sounds like the WWE Rackets.
It's what it is.
What does your new conspiracy sidekick have to say about this? Do you buy into Tommy saying that Dana White knew days ahead that he was going to miss weight, so he approached the Chimaev camp, told him to miss weight,
by 10 pounds.
Play backstage?
Bill,
you think that all happened?
I'm with him. I'm on Tommy's side.
Bill, here's Dana 2 days ago. Dana, we just got word Chimaev's 18 pounds overweight.
Okay, here's Dana. Here's Dana a couple days ago. He's got his flip phone, and he's saying, how many pay-per-views are we trending for? Great. How does it look overseas? Wonderful. What time can I walk in and see the intro? That's what Dana's doing.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. I know you know the back end. This situation is
wrong.
different.
How dare you?
He got a fucking phone call. There's no Burt Watson there anymore.
The nerve of this guy.
He's got a bunch of idiots. He gets a phone call. Chimaev's 26 pounds overweight, and we got 3 days.
Dana got that phone call. Yeah.
Dana goes, maybe got a phone call from the new Burt Watson to tell him. Dana goes, oh, fuck. If we lose him, we're not selling pay-per-views. What do we do? Well, why don't we do this? Go talk to Nate. See if Nate will fight fucking Lekakui. Kakui, will you fight Nate? Okay, good. Once we do that, Liang and D-Rod have to fall in line. We'll have Chimaev start a fight with Holland. That way we can
have him start a fight with
Holland.
Holland.
A better fight with Diaz Ferguson.
I agree with a lot of it there.
I mean, fuck you too. You're fighting whether you like it or not. Tommy G wins. That's what's happening. See you tomorrow, Chimaev. You'll be on the card.
Mike said before that there was a fight in the back, and then you said something.
But Holland and Chimaev, who are now fighting. Come on.
He said like there was a Chechen involved.
So what happened originally
is
Holland fighting
Chimaev in the back.
and Holland got into an argument. Chimaev threw a front kick at Kevin Holland's chest.
Who throws a front kick in the back?
And then when Diaz happened to be walking in the middle of the brawl with 30 of his guys, then his guys got into it with Chimaev's guys, and chairs were thrown. And yes, I saw a video of a Chechnyan coming over the top with like a fucking punch, and what looked like either like a sports book or some type of a restaurant. But I also dropped in the chat another interesting thing, that it was reported that Chimaev was in a restaurant last night eating for hours, like literally eating in front of everybody for hours. It said hours. It said he was drinking sparkling water, but eating the night before weigh-ins.
Was the Chechen there?
He's got 40 of them, Bill.
I got 50 texts, Bill. How does he miss by 9 pounds? My response was one word.
You got to see the video I saw.
Intentionally. That's
I mean, there was chairs being thrown, people fighting, security.
Oh, that happens every fucking day. McGregor threw a chair through a bus and nothing got
it. It was a dolly.
Yeah, a dolly through a bus. Mike, give me a couple NFL plays before we get out of here. We'll be on a round table.
We're sure as shit not going to bury the biggest story trending right now on Twitter and in our chat room is that I did kick off my September Spectacular event last night with a 5-unit bet. Very fucking confident. And let me say this. If you missed the 5-unit bet and you were live in our draft that I dominated, then I said, take Buffalo now minus 160. You guys, let them score for. No, that's not how you live bet. You take them plus 160. And if you missed that, I said later on, take Buffalo minus 6.5. They are the better team on both sides of the ball. They're dominating the game. They turned the ball over 3 times on the other side of the 50. Up until that point, it was 3. And anyone watching that game can tell that Buffalo was going to win. To get 10-10 at the half, and you had Buffalo at minus 110, I mean, if you didn't ship the sherbet right there, then you shouldn't watch in live bet, because anybody could have seen last night Buffalo was going to win that game.
Yeah,
and they should have put up a 50.
Yeah, I didn't even know, Mike.
So we cashed the kickoff to the September Spectacular, and we're right back on it.
I mean, how do you not use September to remember?
Because it's the December to Remember campaign.
Well, no, that's already been tarnished. You got to move to a different month.
What do you mean tarnished? We won 20-something units and we won.
Yeah, you left everyone once the Christmas came around.
Well, no, we hit our goal, stated objective of going 20 units.
Mike, give me a game for this week.
The goal's to win, Tommy.
It is goal, so he stopped, Bill.
Did he stop?
Is a real person? Is he a real person?
Well, if anybody wants to follow
yesterday he tried to tell us in the draft. Yesterday
my stated objective is to win 20 units during the September Spectacular, and we're already up 3.73.
So what if you win 20
what I
units
saw
this
last
weekend?
night, live betting is going to be very strong for me in the early on. So I'm going to share that as well. That part of the campaign, I will be live betting. From what I saw last night, I have a very good feel that I'm going to be able to tell right away the way they're setting these lines, because that live line all last night was wrong. It was wrong all night.
It was wrong all. Even minus 160. It was
wrong all night. Even to Bill's point about the props on Cooper Cup.
Yeah.
What'd you say about 160? I'm sorry.
I said even the 160 was wrong.
Yeah, at that time. I mean, Buffalo was the better.
But that was a good job by you continuing to talk and change topics to think I won't go back to the fact that yesterday during our draft, you said when you put your draft pick in, Bill said, hey, are you going to press the button? And you said, I already hit the button. ESPN's slow.
Hey, can I ask you a question?
I mean, how do you just
Didn't you miss your pick last night in auto draft, Dak Prescott?
What?
Anybody that misses their pick in auto drafts should put their head in a hole.
Well,
so
no, not if it was a technical error.
No, And I'd also like to ask the both of you,
had a 10-second
how do you feel about your QB starter?
I mean, it's
your
great.
WR1 and your tight end one collectively scoring, like 13 points last night? I'm going to take all your money again in the weekly bets.
I didn't have a tight end or
the Portland Sutton and A-Rob bet versus my guys, DJ Moore and Marquise Brown.
That was not a good
taking
start.
Taking your money there. Keep it coming. You want to bet on that league from last night? How's Dak Prescott treating you?
Who do you like this weekend?
I'm the NFL expert here.
All right, Mike, final words.
No.
Yeah,
I got more.
We're going to run
I got more.
If you want
final words is get to the round table tonight.
If you want to waste your talking time on this, you don't get to pick. Do you have any bets for the people for fucking Sunday? You have 30 seconds. Do you have any bets?
I mean, I'm not just going to give my bets here.
All right,
if you want to talk through some games or ask me a question, I'll be happy to tell
Mike,
you.
It's 3:20.
Or give an overview.
It's 3:20. You've been on for 20 minutes. You have a 10-minute break.
And the people want me to be on for 3:40.
No, they don't.
Read those
comments.
No, they
don't. We're down to 156 viewers. They're all.
I want to go home.
Yeah.
You are home.
I want to go out.
All right, no last comments. Sign up, roundtable tonight, live betting. September Spectacular is here, folks, and we will win 20 units.
154. They're signing off by the.
Let's go. Sign up now. Send me a DM. I'll send you my picks right now.
Send Mike a DM. You might as well fucking take a paper airplane, throw it out.
You ask our
and hope it gets to the fucking Queen.
Me and our Daniels talk every week. That's my guy.
Write a note on a paper airplane. Fly it out your window to the Queen. You got a better chance of getting a response than Mike's.
The Queen is no mas. Guys, did you see Prince Charles today? Look like Dracula. He came in with a big cape. Did you see that?
Sign up and collect on Monday. Rackets.
Send me a DM.
Back up the chalk on the September Spectacular.
Yeah, everyone DM Mike.
And Howie will come out from behind the curtain on Monday.
Rackets, final words.
Let's get some futures in the fucking U.S. Open final this weekend.
Let's go. Bill Rupp, final words.
I already said it. Let's go.
All right, Evan Hand, final words and the raffle.
Yeah, that's why I hopped on that. We had 200 people.
Point, bro, you know I'm on point.
We had 200 people in here at one point, and we only have 45 people enter the raffle.
We got 155 retards. You need the retards to keep the fucking show going.
I donated my entry to Nick the Champ.
Damian Collins is the winner. Damian Collins.
Damian Collins, right up.
Damian Collins, we need your email address and your name.
Yes. Don't email.
I think his name is Damian Collins.
I mean, that could be a makeup name.
Where does he send that to, Bill? How does he get that information to you so that we could be within the Nyco's process?
Just get it to us. Get it.
DM me. DM me on Twitter. And then
you can also DM me. You can DM one of us. But please, DM us.
TikTok account, please.
Please DM Evan with that information, Damian.
Please.
Or Bill's going to be in trouble.
Your name and your email address.
That's it. All right. Evan, final words outside of that.
I'm so excited for this weekend. We will see you Monday.
Monday. New bat time. New bat channel. Monday, 2 p.m. Eastern. Stay Cashin show. Big weekend, guys. Full UFC card. We got NASCAR playoffs going on. We got U.S. Open getting down to the finals. We got baseball. We got college football bonanza. And then we have the granddaddy of them all. Shut up. I'm talking. And then we have the granddaddy of them all, NFL weekend. This stupid fucking ogre-looking motherfucker down here who thinks he could just do what he wants, doesn't understand the term final fucking words. So my final words are good luck. Sign up for 4 deep bets and stay cashing, motherfuckers.
Let's go!